Motorists are being urged to manage both their physical and mental fatigue as well as ensuring regular vehicle maintenance. This as many holidaymakers return home after the festive season. The road traffic authorities are also monitoring traffic volumes on major routes around the country, with more than 7,000 people having been arrested for various traffic violations, including drunk driving and speeding since the beginning of December. To talk more about the measures that need to be taken to prevent high road fatalities and ensuring that people adhere to the rules of the road, we joined virtually by the spokesperson of the Automobile Association of South Africa, Eleanor Mavimbela. A very good morning to you, Ms. Eleanor. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Simpiri. Thank you so much for inviting me onto the show.
First of all, although there have been various festive season road safety campaigns and visible law enforcers on our roads, but we still see a high number of road fatalities. Is the message reaching road users, especially motorists?
Well, Simpiri, we do really think that with regards to road safety and changing mindsets and attitudes of drivers on the road needs to be something that is taught throughout the year. It's awareness that needs to be rolled out throughout the year, not just when we have campaigns, festive season campaigns, or the Easter road campaigns. It needs to be something, it needs to be an everyday thing so that we can be able to change attitudes of the drivers that we have on our roads.
And what have been the common contributors you have observed as the Automobile Association that cause, that is the main cause of the fatal road accidents?
Well, definitely one of them can be alluded to. The number one reason is physical and mental fatigue.
Yes.
And that it alludes to, we're talking about drivers losing focus on the road, drivers not being able, reducing their decision-making abilities, as well as not being able to heed warnings in time. So definitely fatigue is the leading reason why we have high fatalities on South African roads.
And road traffic authorities around the country arrested thousands of road users. That's over 7,000 to be more specific, on the various charges, including drinking, driving, and poor vehicle maintenance. So what's the prosecution rate?
Well, that is something that, as the Automobile Association, we've been advocating for, to say that, yes, we do have the great traffic laws in South Africa, but the level at which they are implemented in terms of also the number of law enforcers that we have on our road is definitely not enough. It's something that, as the Automobile Association, we've been advocating for, that we definitely do need more law enforcers on the road. When motorists see law enforcers on the road, they are more likely to adhere to the rules of the road. They are more likely to take caution with regard when they're driving on South African roads. So it's something that as the Automobile Association will still be advocating for, that we really do need more law enforcers on the road. We need more law enforcers visible on South African roads, especially on the roads that we do see a high accident rate. We really do need a high law enforcement visibility. You've seen that over the festive season, as you see more law enforcers on the road, the likelihood of people heeding to the rules of the road is higher than when they do not see law enforcers on the road.
You've just alluded to the fact that South Africa has got one of the most progressive traffic laws, but just how effective are those traffic laws and regulations in ensuring that road accidents are prevented and in ensuring that those caught on the wrong side of the law and traffic offenders are prosecuted accordingly?
Well, unfortunately, we don't. It's not a perfect science, and though we do have good traffic laws in South Africa, in terms of the implementation as well as the prosecution rate, it does not, unfortunately, equate to the number of motorists that we see not adhering to the rules of the road. Unfortunately, we do have those blind spots here and there when it comes to law enforcement on our roads, and it does unfortunately then impede on also in impact and unfortunately on the high fatalities that we see on our South African roads, and it's something that we definitely need to take heed of in South Africa. And I think also awareness and trying to change the attitude of drivers on the road is also important. It does take a center stage here in terms of maybe implementing laws is not just the only parts that we need to be aware of, but also road awareness needs to also be amped up, so that road users are always reminded of what the rules, what they're expected to the rules of the road that they're expected to adhere to when they're on the road. The kind of responsibility that as a driver you need to take when you are on the road.
You know, Eleanor, there's different facets of this conversation when it comes to road safety. I mean, driver behavior is one of them. The condition of the car is another. And perhaps one of the most ignored is the issue of infrastructure, road infrastructure. So what role does road infrastructure play in terms of preventing road accidents? And what are some of the high-risk areas in South Africa that need more attention?
No, definitely. Road infrastructure does play a huge role. There's a lot of elements that take part in terms of ensuring road safety for passengers, for motorists, and the likes. Yeah. And road infrastructure is definitely one of them. When we talk about potholes, we talk about the road signage is not being there or being removed or not being maintained. It's important. I mean, when you have road traffic calming measures, it's important to have those around. So it's different elements that speaks to road safety, and definitely road infrastructure is one of them. And as the Automobile Association, it's also another thing that we are advocating for in terms of the main roads, especially when we see the main roads that are being used, the national roads that are being used leading to your provinces such as from Gauteng to KZN, from Gauteng to Limpopo, from Gauteng to Free State and the likes. Those main roads where we do see high accident roads, we definitely road infrastructure definitely needs to be taken care of in order to assist with road safety for motorists and passengers and likes.
And do you think there's a need for more investment and in road maintenance and upgrading? And how would these investment enhance road safety?
Yes, definitely. Roads definitely need more investment needs to be put into road maintenance, road markings. Those are important. Yeah. And we as Automobile Association, we do have a program where we it's called the Walking Safely to School program that we're implementing in the city of Tshwane in Mamelodi, where we've together with the FIA Foundation, we are investing into road infrastructure in that area to assist school kids walking to and from school. So because we believe so much in investing in road infrastructure in order to decrease the number of road fatalities that we do see on South African roads. Not enough, we believe, is being done in terms of maintenance of road infrastructure. We do see a number of people complaining about road markings not being there, especially in low visibility areas, low visibility times. You see lights not being on freeways and highways around the country. We see road markings disappearing and not being maintained. We do see also road signage not being there where it needs to be to assist drivers on the road. It is important that road infrastructure be maintained in order to try curb road safety.
From your vantage point as the Automobile Association, what have you observed in terms of the challenges faced by law enforcement agencies in ensuring that traffic rules are adhered to on South African roads?
Well, firstly, we do acknowledge and recognize that there are not enough law enforcers. Yeah. We would like to ideally have law enforcers at every corner, at every street in South Africa. I think that would assist us quite a lot, but we do realize that we do not have enough law enforcers on the road. So it's difficult sometimes for law enforcers to be able to do their job in the way that we would like for them to be doing their job, in terms of implementing laws at every street and every road in South Africa, but we know that that's not possible. But we do see that some of the that some of the challenges that they do face is in the terms that there's not enough staff, obviously, to assist, and we cannot have law enforcers working around the clock 24/7. They need to also take their rest, but also in terms of South African motorists not trying to negotiate their way out of paying traffic fines. I think also as South African motorists, we need to take and acknowledge the fact that the importance of paying our traffic fines, and also the importance of avoiding to get traffic fines by adhering to the rules of the road. If as South Africans we change our attitudes when we're on the road, in terms of it's not just by motorists but also even passengers on the road, cyclists on the road, heeding to the rules of the road, it lessens the amount of pressure that we put on law enforcers. We have to appeal to the side of South Africans taking responsibility on the road. As you use South African roads, you need to take responsibility for yourself and others using the road or sharing the road with you.
You know, the point you just made of, South African police force working on skeleton staff is a long-held discussion, and I really don't know what it would take for the government to lavish more resources and attention to this particular matter. But with the available staff, how well do you think are police officers trained in terms of, maintaining law and order on the roads?
Well, it's a difficult question for the Automobile Association to answer, and I don't think we are the right organization to be able to answer that as to the training that traffic officers do receive with regards to law implementation. Yeah. But we do really believe that they are receiving adequate training with regards to law enforcement implementation on our roads. Obviously, that's, as I said in the beginning, it's not a perfect science. Obviously, there's always more that could be done, especially with law enforcement on the road. There's always more that could be done. There's always loopholes that we see as the Automobile Association, and in our collaboration and in our engagements with the government, we do engage on such topics to say that we do need more law enforcers on the road. We do need to be training them all the time with regards to implementing the rules of the road in terms of the law. So it is something. It's an ongoing engagement that we are having with the government, and unfortunately, I don't think that the Automobile Association is the right organization to comment with regards to their training.
Earlier on, I did mention that one of the facets of road safety campaign or the road safety discussion is driver behavior. And what initiatives or campaigns do you think are most effective in changing driver behavior in South Africa?
Well, driver behavior and attitude is not something simply that's gonna change overnight, and it's not something that's gonna change per campaign. As we do have two main road safety campaigns that happen in South Africa. We all know around the Easter period and around the festive season, and unfortunately, it has not yielded the results that we would like to see. A 1%, 2% reduction in road fatalities is unfortunately not enough. Every accident that happens on the road that could have been prevented is an accident too much. And I definitely do think that as the government tries to collaborate with organizations such as ourselves, it assists in terms of trying to raise awareness on a daily basis to change driver behavior, driver attitudes on our roads. And definitely something it's attitude is something that's going to change over time. It needs to be an everyday thing, an everyday message that we are preaching to drivers, pedestrians, cyclists, everybody using the road, that it's everybody's responsibility. It's not just a reminder that we need to give you around the festive season, a reminder that we need to give you around the Easter period to say that please be responsible on our roads. It's an everyday thing. As you leave your house to whatever endeavor you're going to be taking care of, whatever errand you're going to be taking care of, please be responsible on the road. Be responsible for yourself and take responsibility for others sharing the road with you. It's an everyday message that we definitely need to preach, especially the UN goals to reduce road fatalities by half by 2030. I mean, we are in 2025 and we still have not even seen more than 20% reduction in terms of road fatalities on South African roads. So definitely a lot more work needs to be done with regards to awareness. But awareness also goes with ensuring that our roads are well maintained. And awareness also goes to reducing road fatalities, also goes with ensuring that we have technology in place that will assist motorists and pedestrians and the likes, everybody using the road in terms of to being safe on South African roads and reducing our road fatalities. We are losing way too many people on on South African roads, and definitely more needs to be done.
Couldn't have said it better. Thank you so much for joining us and for sharing your insights there, Lena. We do appreciate the time.